Hang on. Well, let's do this again, everybody. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you. All right, here we go. We're going to do this again. All right, hang on. Good morning, everybody. Clearly, it's been a long weekend for me, and hopefully now you're seeing us live. Sorry about that. I had a whole kind of like pre-show to myself without anyone else. Good morning. All right, let's do that. So everybody else, this is the first time for you, but I had a little bit of a problem with the broadcast. Here I am. Thank you. I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm going to give you a spoiler alert why this morning's been a little bit harder than usual. Thank you for letting me know. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even live. So I did an entire show to myself. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Renee. And thank you, because this is our show. I kind of had a whole show to myself, and everybody was like, hey, you're not broadcasting live. And that's what happens when you don't press the stream button. Good morning, Laura. All right, let's talk about the weekend. So, hey, had a great weekend. I would say our weekend was a bit of busy and a bit of relaxed, but we did a bit of scuba diving on Saturday morning out there with Bandera Scuba Republic. They're a great shop. They don't pay me for saying that in any way, shape, or form. I just love it. Good morning, Bianca. Nice to see you. I'm not sure if I've seen you here before. Good morning. So yeah, again, you've joined Puerto Vallarta Real News. This is your host, Brent Lane. It's 10:05. We got a bit of a late start today on May 11th. It's kind of, let's take a look outside. So it's an overcast day. This is definitely indicating, I think rainy season might be creeping up on us. And, once that happens, everything's going to turn green. But if you're here in Puerto Vallarta or somewhere else, that's what it looks like today. Weekend, yeah. So a bit of scuba diving, got out from scuba diving, went and joined some friends for a birthday bash. Happy birthday again, Lilia. And it was great to see friends that we see all the time, some we haven't seen for a while. So it was great catching up. And then right beside them, I saw a couple fans of the show and they stopped me and said hi. And I just love that. I mean, like I said, I love when people say we really enjoy the show and it helps us get to know the news. So thank you. If you guys are watching, I think you watch on replay, you know who you are. Glad to see you on the beach. I won't mention your names because I didn't ask for permission to do so. Also this weekend, we had a lovely dinner last night over at Frankie's in the Marina. And hey, spoiler alert, they've got a little wine special. You can get a bottle of wine for less than 400 pesos. And there it is. That's why I didn't press the stream button this morning. I'm just a little bit off after Laura and I split a big bottle of wine last night. But it was great. Just a little bit slow. Hey, Liza. Oh, Liza, you're awesome too. Good morning. Nice to see you. Oh my gosh, I got it. You're awesome. That's pretty great. Thank you so much. All right, let's jump into the news. And if everybody is on right now, probably can guess what our first story is. Let me jump over to slideshow and give you an image. And of course, that's it. Oh, we all followed this one on Saturday. And I was happy to say that I got on the forefront of that and got some good information out really fast. And, the view from downtown was definitely scary. I saw you too, John. Thank you. Good stopping by. I always see you at the marina. I love it. John, our croc cam guy. While in the marina, we could see where the smoke was coming from a boat. Here, we had a pretty good idea of it. So we had a very decent idea that it seemed like it was a boat. But I'm sure if you were down in Centro or anywhere south, you looked up and you saw a lot of smoke coming up. You're like, uh-oh, I hope it's not that again. The Voldemort of Puerto Vallarta that we don't want to mention, 222. But yeah, of course, if you weren't under a rock over the weekend, there was a fire this weekend on a boat in the marina. There were a lot of different reports, but we stayed on top of it, not only with my reporting, but a lot of the reporting of the community as I posted it up and really got a lot of information coming in. Just to clarify, it was only one boat on fire. Okay, there weren't multiple boats on fire. There was one boat on fire. And of course, because the other boats were close by, there was residual damage to those sides of those boats. A lot of the boats got moved out of the way. And this boat that you see in the photo actually did sink. This is my photo from yesterday when we were on, just before we had dinner. You can see they put the orange around there. That's where the sunken boat is. I saw reports that some people were spraying to get some of the fuel and oil out of the water, but I can tell you, if you walk around the marina right now, you're going to see a lot of oil slick in the water right here. It really sucks. Not good for the wildlife, not good for anything. I mean, of course, I'm sure not good for the boats, number one. Again, there's been a lot of reports about reaction from the marina, a lot of reports about the fire department and how the whole thing went out. But again, you know the Puerto Vallarta Real News credo. If I can't confirm it and I don't have information, I'm not going to run with anything. So I can't tell you yet the cause of the fire, and I can't give a whole lot of details about the response. I might just avoid that anyways. You're going to see a lot of that on social media, but the facts are there was a fire on a boat. The boat did sink, and it created a lot of smoke and oil in the water. So, we all saw that. Again, one boat sunk, not multiple boats. So there you go. That's the story from the weekend. We all saw that. Holy moly. And again, thank you for shooting me information. If there's any information you don't see a post on Facebook, you can always email me at pvrnmx@gmail.com. And I appreciate that because, like I always say, this isn't my show. This is our show, and all of us are reporting the news. And as long as I can verify it, I'll share it. All right. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that too. Good morning to you. Again, bing. We'll give you one of those. All right, next up. Hey, this subject actually came up at the beach yesterday. When you've got a wife who's an epidemiologist, there's going to be people that are going to want to ask you about health-related stuff. And so, I don't generally cover world news, but this one is a little bit more Puerto Vallarta-centric because health authorities in Puerto Vallarta this has redoubled. It's a little bit of a translation issue, but epidemiological surveillance at the International Airport and Maritime Terminal following recent global hantavirus alerts. This is according to Jaime Alvarez, director of the 8th Health Region. Now, he confirmed that no suspected cases have been detected locally. The rapid response team is actually, which is actually the Navy, Sedena, and EAMS, is actively monitoring arrivals. Dr. Zayas emphasized that hantavirus is not a new threat like COVID-19, but a known pathogen. And now this is where Laura is on, and she can keep me real and factual if I go off the rails here. This is in my area, but it's been monitored since all the way back in the 1970s. Current protocols require every arriving cruise ship to submit a health declaration. We remember those from COVID, while international health personnel led by Dr. Ricardo Uribe Gonzalez conduct targeted screenings for fever and other symptoms among the passengers. The heightened vigilance stems from a recent outbreak, as you probably heard, aboard the MV Hondias cruise ship in the Atlantic, which has been linked to at least 8 cases and 3 deaths, unfortunately, as of early May 2026. While the World Health Organization maintains that the general public risk is low, overall, the specific Andes strain involved is known for a rare person-to-person transmission through close contact. Because the virus is primarily spread via rodent waste and has an incubation period of up to several weeks, health officials are prioritizing the monitoring of travelers from high-risk regions. Dr. Reyes reassured the community that the expectation of a local arrival here of this virus remains low, but the port sanitary rings, as they call them, again, this is the translation, are fully operational, ensure that any probable cases are identified and isolated immediately. So good job staying on top of it, Puerto Vallarta. Hopefully it was pretty accurate in the hantavirus information. But with that, let's have our first coffee cam of the day. Y'all ready to do it? Here we go. Now, I don't generally do their jingle all the time because it does kind of stick in your head. It definitely sticks in mine, but hey, it's my show. Let's go. I know, Eric, you're out there and love to dance to this. All right. Gotta have fun every now and then. It definitely keeps me going. All right. Next up. Oh, here we go. I get to use a sound effect here. This will be kind of fun. So, hey, attention. Sam's Club shoppers, this story is for you. There is an update for you Sam's Club shoppers out there, and here it is. Not all of our news is breaking super serious news, but this one is kind of important if you're heading out. I did a little translation of this as this has been posted on social media. So if you're planning a supply run to Sam's Club this week, you're going to want to double check your watch before heading out, because starting tomorrow, May 12th, Sam's Club is officially shifting its operating hours for both Puerto Vallarta and Nuevo Vallarta locations. And by the way, all of Mexico. Previously, the doors opened at 7 a.m., but the new schedule moves that back an hour to 8 a.m., with doors closing promptly at 10 p.m. Okay, the change is part of a nationwide move to get all their branches in Mexico on the same page, giving the staff a bit more time for restocking and logistics before the morning rush. Local management says the goal is to standardize the experience and ensure the shelves are fully prepped for the next day. So just keep that in mind before you brave the traffic on the main drag heading out there. So if you're a Sam Club shopper, as I am not, can you confirm if Sam also has the tiered entry here for the higher level club members? So at Costco, if you've got that executive card and you pay extra every year, you get in 1 hour before general entry. So I don't know if that's the case at Sam's. Maybe some of my viewers out there right now go to Sam's and they know about that, but I don't. And if so, are they the ones getting it in at 8? Do they go back to 7? I don't know. I can tell you that I personally opened up Google Maps this morning and checked the open time, and the opening time still does say 7 a.m. on Google Maps. Hopefully they get that squared away soon enough and nobody gets confused and gets out there an hour before it opens. If you do, just get in line. All right, this next story, I don't love it. We'll cover it here and I'll give you some photos, but that's it. But I'm going to avoid showing the video. I just think it sort of idolizes what they do, and I don't want any copycat people in the marina. But there is a video circulating on social media right now that is sparking widespread outrage in Puerto Vallarta after a group of young people were harassing a crocodile. Hang on one second here. There we go. In the Marina Vallarta area. In the footage, the individuals are seen harassing the reptile near the water's edge, ignoring the well-known risk and safety protocols established for local wildlife. Oh my gosh, we don't think about this. Let's hear it in the comments. This is terrible. The incident has been met with heavy criticism from residents and environmentalists who condemn the reckless behavior as both a danger to the youth and an act of animal cruelty. In response to the viral clip, local authorities and wildlife experts have reiterated that Puerto Vallarta is a natural habitat for these reptiles and that maintaining a respectful distance is mandatory for public safety. Also, civil protection and environmental groups express concern that such provocations could lead to aggressive behavior from the crocodiles or preventable tragedies. Despite the massive public backlash and the dangerous nature of the stunt, no arrests or formal charges have been filed against the individuals involved. I hate that. I mean, two kind of bad things in the marina. I mean, the boat, I get it. You know, maybe it was electrical. We don't know what caused that, but it dumped a bunch of oil and gas into the marina area. Not great for the wildlife. And now we got guys walking around grabbing crocodiles. I mean, I hate that. I don't know what you guys think, but I'd love to hear your opinion and figure out what you think about it. Actually, here, I'll just put that on there. What do you think? Terrible. All right. So with that, I don't have any national news today. We've covered a bit of it. I didn't see anything that jumped out that you guys would want to know about that was big and like, oh my gosh. So with that, we're going to call the end of the show at about 15, 16 minutes. We'll get you on your week early. Don't forget, yeah, it is sad, John, for sure, especially the croc cam guy. I hate that. So we'll let you get on with your week. I'm going to be here Tuesday through Friday, the rest of the week. Friday is going to be Casual Friday, where we go unscripted and don't cover any news unless it's really, really big. But all I do ask is just hang in there for about 20 to 30 seconds, support the sponsors, and thank you so much for joining in today. Good morning, everybody. Yes, I agree, Renee. Poor Crocs. It totally sucks. And with that, if you see anybody doing stuff like that, give them the business. At least point a finger at them or report it to your authority. Don't get involved directly. All right, let's roll the credits. Thank you, everybody. I will see you tomorrow, 10 a.m.